Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Artful Sutra podcast. This is Tengu Muna, your host. I'm very delighted that you're here. I am going to dive right into the topic for today. We're continuing our chat on the Yoga Sutras. Before starting, I wanted to mention that this is not a religion, this is just a philosophy. And I do not share it for fortune or fame. I share it because it's something that has been an essential part of my life and has really helped me to overcome challenges. And my intention is that even if one person listens to what I'm saying and it touches them deeply and they feel inspired and it helps you overcome something that's going on in your life, for me, I would have done my duty. So let me recap. Last week, we talked about the first sutra, Hatha Yoga Anushasanam, which is now we study and now we come and study this incredible teaching, but it's actually an invitation to go within because the doors of perception actually open inward. And it was an invitation to go within and study yourself. Today, the second sutra is about what exactly is this yoga thing that you're going within to study. And it's Yoga Chitta Vritti Nirodha. And I promise you, I'm not going to say the Sanskrit in every single sutra. We will get to the point where you will not hear the Sanskrit part of it. It's really going to be what the philosophy is. And so in this case, they say yoga is the stilling of the mind. It's the stilling, not to steal something, to calm, this S-T-I-L-L. It's the stilling of the mind or the victories of the mind. They liken it to a lake. And the vrittis are like when you take a stone and cast it into the lake, then those ripples are the vrittis, the wave of the mind. But in essence, we're living in a world where our mind is in constant chatter. It's just constantly buzzing every single day. I feel it every day. And this study is a way to cope with the waves of perception, because again, it's just perception. Everything is perception. It's like we have spun a web of deception around ourselves, and now we're figuring out the ways in which we can actually pierce through that and see our true self. So yoga is the stealing of the vrittis of the mind. Yoga Chitta Vritti Nirodha. Nirodha means restrained. It's like you're riding a horse or a chariot and you restrain it. But then how do you go about doing that? It comes back to all the things that I've talked about in Yoga Sutra 1. Meditation, taking time to be quiet, to go within. And when I say quiet, it doesn't mean that there'll be no mind chatter. It's more bringing a level of perception. I know it's tough sometimes when people hear about meditation, and there are this a lot of times, and I was that way too. It was, oh, Tengu, just go sit down and put your thumb and your index finger together and meditate and everything will just quiet. It's really not, that's not really how it works. It's a process. I will keep talking about meditation in every single video, and hopefully I can give you a way to find your rhythm, your style, to bring awareness to the self. So back to what we were discussing. Yes, meditation. How does it work? How does meditation really work? I had to wrap my mind around this, I promise you. How does meditation really work? Some say, yeah, you're just going to listen to some music and then you pay attention to the music, or it's just calming the mind, or it sounds so vague, but this is what I have found, at least in my own practice. When I close my eyes, the thoughts come and they come fast and quick. But over time, when I close my eyes, I have less thoughts. And then I always focus on something. And I mentioned this in the last video, a bird, the sound of a fan, a constant sound. That's what works for me. And I also heard this from the teachings of Abraham, an amazing teacher. It's that sound, even water dropping. And then eventually I don't hear the sound anymore. It goes away, and then I feel the stillness. And when you get to that stillness, even if it's for 1 minute, I promise you, it's going to feel like an eternity. So it's constantly bringing yourself to that place where you're recentering. You know how you have toddlers who are running around, and then you like, come over here, and then they come, and then you restrain them, and then before you look, they're gone. That's how your mind is. You just got to keep saying, sit here, sit here, sit here. And then eventually the mind will be like, oh yeah, that's okay. I'm going to sit. And then it becomes, oh, my mind is now calm for a minute. Oh my God, 2 minutes. Oh wow, 5 minutes. And that's really how it works. So you want to do meditation, super important. The next thing, of course, is mindfulness. How do you integrate mindfulness into your life? Till this day, I still struggle with that. I mentioned in the last video that enlightenment is not something that you just get to. It's, wow, I'm enlightened. It's a constant work and you become better at it. It becomes actually a habit. And so mindfulness for me is whatever activities that I'm doing, am I present? When my mind starts going, okay, I have to bring it back. I'm doing dishes. Okay, I'm doing dishes. Tango, I'm doing dishes. Focus on the dishes. Feel the soap. Right? I like to hand wash dishes because it's like meditating. Yeah, but so I'm doing dishes, break, come back to the dishes. I'm typing up something. Oh, don't look at your phone, Tango. Shut the phone down. Let the screen go dark and focus on what you're typing right now. So those are some of the things. It's really simple. I'm driving. Okay, focus on the road. I never have my cell phone next to me when I'm driving. It's always way at the back. I'm always amazed when people are constantly texting while driving. That's another story for another day. Okay, breath control. I love this one. Okay, breath control. There's so many different types of breath work. If you read the Yoga Sutras, you can do like a fast breath, which is, okay, you can do a slow breath, an inhale, and then you count to 4, and then you exhale at 4 counts. You can do a nosy type of breath, which is where you hold this nose and then you breathe out, and then you do that. And so there's so many different types. You can go online and Google them. But this is the bottom line. If you really want to practice mindfulness, all you have to do is you can integrate it with breath control. So every time that you feel your mind just going on and on, just be still, take a deep breath in and take a deep breath out. In fact, every time that I give speeches, I always have people do that. The minute I get on stage, that's my prompt. It's sit, take a deep breath in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. Yes, I do that all the time because it just brings one to the center of the self. The minute that we breathe, right, there's something about breath and being aware of the breath because we're breathing all the time. There's just awareness of the breath. Now, those are the 3 points. Those are the 3 things I wanted to talk about, my key takeaways today. Meditation, don't shy away from it, practice it. Super important. It's going to help a lot of things in your life. I promise you this. It will help. La preuve est dans la sauce. The proof is in the pudding. You practice meditation over and over and over again, and you will see you just cope better with challenges. Like I know I do, just cope better with challenges. It doesn't mean that the challenges don't come, but the meditation really helps. I feel calmer during the day. I have clarity when I'm taking strategic decisions on all the things I have to do. I just feel clear. And then I talked about mindfulness, just coming back to the present moment, constantly coming back to the present moment. And then, of course, breath control. I did some weird breaths, did my nose breath, did the hot, the real focus breathing. But all of those really are just different types of ways of bringing ourselves to the center. And a good way for mindfulness and meditation, you can always start with breathing. The minute you do breathe and come to the center of your breath and become aware of it, automatically your mind actually starts quieting. So that's my talk for today. Sutra 2, Yoga Cheta Vritti Nirodha. This sutra for me is the essence of my life, is the pulse and the beat of my life. Everything that I do is to calm my mind, whether it's lifting heavy weights or it's moving through my day or journaling. For me, it really comes back to how can I, Tengu Muna, moving through this planet, calm my mind, still the ways of my mind so I can perceive the grander ideas that I hear from me. Because if I constantly have chatter, how am I going to behold the gifts of this universe? Think about this, right? I'm going through life, which is really about perception. So if my mind is constantly in a chatter, I'm not going to experience, I'm not going to see the things that are there for me. Or if I'm in a really bad situation, how can I bring that focused attention to myself so that my mind can calm and I can see a different path that can bring me out of the situation that I'm in? Important, really important. Anyways, those are my thoughts. Again, Not here for fame and glory. I just love the Yoga Sutras, like I love clinical trials management. And I'm just here to share what's working for me. I hope that as you watch this video, you might get some ideas. If you want to get a hold of me, go to the Achaibo link tree. I have my own personal platform. I have the business platform where you can leave me a message. You can comment on this video. You can ask me a question. That's always great. And of course, you can join our community on Facebook, and we are on Telegram as well. And I thank you so much for listening. One more thing before leaving. The theme for the week is emergence. All the art across the Achaibo platform is all about emergence. As you can see behind me here, this image is an image of emergence. I honestly believe that every single moment of our lives, we are constantly emerging from the old ideas of who we are. And when you practice meditation and practice mindfulness and breath control and constantly bring awareness to yourself, you're going to come face to face with everything that you truly are. All the ideas and things that have been holding you back from actually moving forward, you come face to face with them. Let's all emerge from the old ideas of who we are and truly step forward, past the challenges, past the things that hold us back, so that we can really bring a full human spirit to our everyday experience. Okay, that's it. And I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.